Welcome to Season 2 of Pod Practice, where Mama Bird alumni Quinn Finer, Mikey Lund, and myself, Alex Atkins, talk about Ultimate from the perspective of players and coaches. We want to engage with you, so please reach out, say hi, ask a question, give some feedback. We look forward to talking with you. To reach out, follow us on Instagram or YouTube at podpractice_pod. Listen on Spotify at Pod Practice, or email us at show@podpracticepod.com. I hope you enjoy this episode.
I mean, we have the freaking Callahan winner on.
That's a pretty good intro right there.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Welcome back to another episode of Pod Practice. We got the freaking Callahan winner right here, Justin Burnett. Also, Atlanta hustle superstar, former Emory Juice college player. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm great. How are y'all?
Good.
I'm doing good. There's
Justin,
a big Bravo Bird, or I guess it's not Bravo, Bird scrimmage versus club and pro players tonight, which is always kind of fun. Like when Bird is getting ready for nationals, they like to scrimmage top players in the area. Usually it was Bravo. Now it's like Bravo and Summit, but those are always fun.
Talking about Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah. No one outside of Colorado, I think, calls them birds. So
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Right.
so I was like, who? What? Bird?
That's a good point.
Mama Bird. Yeah. So that should be exciting.
I've got a question right at the top here. I'm on your Ultimate Reference page. Are you familiar with Ultimate Reference?
I have never heard
It's
of it.
basically just like a database of like all the frisbee players. It's mostly club. It's all club frisbee and USAU and World's Frisbee, but it has like where you played and maybe awards you got where you placed. But on your name it says Justin Burnett, and in parentheses it says Scavenger. Is that a nickname that you've gone by at any point? Do you know what that is?
Never.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Okay.
What is that?
I have no idea. It's funny.
Scavenger?
Yeah, it just says Justin
Is
Burnett
that like
Scavenger, like a nickname. I don't know, man.
I'll show it to you.
Well, I just pulled it up. It also looks like it's got me playing for Bexley at the USA Ultimate High School Central Championships, which in 2013 when I was 11, which definitely didn't happen.
You must have been combined with a different Justin Burnett.
Yeah, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
That's interesting.
Kind of a cool nickname though.
I don't know.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Scavengers aren't really too,
That's not super cool.
great.
But they're resourceful, and they don't have to work hard. Efficient.
So you don't want to be called Scavenger.
Personality is not working hard. I also know it's spelled wrong because Scavenger is spelled with an E. So.
Oh.
Wow. Something's up here. We gotta get to
contact someone.
Yeah, we gotta get to the
We
bottom
pull
of
up
this.
the contact.
Yeah, who can I sue?
Someone from Pitt.
I also had a question about your recent.
Oh, it's Pitt. That explains it.
Yeah,
that explains it.
That does explain it.
Bunch
Those
of
guys
meatheads.
Suck. I have a question about your recent games as well. You just had 2 games against Carolina that didn't go your way, but you guys had a really big win against New York. Carolina, a lot better than New York, you think, or did you guys not play as well, in your opinion, or what are your thoughts on those?
That's the spicy take, huh?
I don't know. I wonder, like, your thoughts on those games.
Well, I wasn't at the last Carolina game.
There you go.
But it was a lot better than the first Carolina game. That's for sure. I mean, the first Carolina game, I really don't think. I think there's a big difference in playing like away games and playing at home. Like New York was our first home game. You know, we had over 1,000 fans. It was like crazy atmosphere. So our home games are always like a little more juiced, a little more amped. And New York's used to playing for like 100 fans, so I don't think it was, a little bit of a transition for them. as far as Carolina, yeah, I think there's an upward trajectory there. Even missing, we were missing Brett to World Games. We're missing me, or not World Games, but like TEP.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing me. We're missing Jock, Jakeem. We're missing, quite a few people in our first game as well. So I'm happy at least that there's a kind of upward trajectory um, between the Carolina games, but definitely not our best ultimate whatsoever. I mean, the difference in the O line getting broken once against New York, which was in garbage time basically,
Wow.
and then getting just absolutely shredded versus Carolina. Like, I definitely do not think that Carolina's defense is that much better than New York's. But yeah, we'll see. We play them a lot this season, so we'll have our chances at revenge.
Do you play them again in the regular season, or is that like a potential
Oh
playoff?
yeah, Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, really?
I think we play them 4 or 5 times this
What?
season.
Really?
What?
That's crazy.
And see, our
Yeah.
division, we play the most we play a team is twice, and so most of our division opponents we're only
Yeah,
playing
no,
once.
I think we play Carolina at least 4 times.
No way.
Damn.
It's just like Dallas, and because the way the division is split, all the
Yeah.
Texas teams play each other. They have a tea party, and Austin gets to come out like 6-0, and then us and Carolina play each other all
Just
the time.
A bloodbath.
Yeah, you have
it's
to.
really
So your guys'
the division kind of sucks with like the split between it's just us and Carolina and then Texas. But that's the way it is.
Kind of top heavy division, and it feels like the top is just playing each other. Like you and Carolina just have to play each other, and then Austin over there just cleans up against the bad teams. Damn.
Yep. But never to underestimate Austin, so we'll see.
And dude, what about Dallas? I was looking at those leaders, stat leaders, dude. They are up there in all of them.
Shut up.
Huh?
Yeah, but they're not good though.
Whoa.
Like, no disrespect to the players themselves,
for sure.
but I mean, anyone can stat pad versus Houston. And when you're as extremely top heavy in terms of talent as they are, yeah, like 2 people are going to shoulder your entire offensive load. Alec Wilson Holiday, being like the main goal scorer, and he was last year too. I think he was like top 5 in the whole league, or if not top 2, in goals. Like, they got 3 people doing all the work, but it doesn't make them good.
Wonder how good Texas would be if they combined. Like, if it was just one Texas team.
I feel like, that would. I feel like that's pretty much what happened, though. Like, all the good Texas people went to Austin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Also wanted to ask you about that play where you skied Yacht and he was, messing around with you a little bit after. What happened?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're familiar. He likes to talk trash. But I feel like it was pretty much just like a kind of ego save. He was just like, "Oh, big man," and I was like, "Well, bigger than you." Like, yeah. So weird thing to say after getting skied, but okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a weird
yeah,
look
I
for
don't.
Ben.
Definitely
After,
weird.
like, and
it's
also weird because they're so used to winning, Like, he's always had the luxury of being able to like talk shit, but like they're beating everyone.
Yeah,
But
they're
that was
not
the
used to
first, like,
talking from behind.
yeah.
Like, they're not used to talking shit from behind. And I'm pretty comfortable doing that and talking shit from up. So, I mean, there's actually a picture. There's actually a picture from the game of like Jack Williams and I standing next to each other. Like, it's off like a timeout, I think. And like we're standing in the stack. And he's kind of laughing, and it's because he was like uh he was like, "Oh, so what do you think y'all gonna choke this one away?" And I was like, "I don't know. You're driving the choke bus right now, Jack. Like, I don't know."
Was that before or after you got that sick D on him?
Oh, that was before. That was before both
get
these. But this
fucked.
is like, yeah, it's like the point after he threw it and like Liam Haberfield it was low and Liam dropped it. And I was chirping. I was like, a little rushed on that throw, Jack, a little quick. And he was like, "Well, come on, that was a drop. Like, you can't chirp me for that." And I was like, "Yeah, but if you put it in his breadbasket, he catches it." So,
That's funny. I didn't know
but
Jack
yeah,
really got into it like that. He has always seemed like kind of a
the first time we played, I didn't hear a peep out of him.
right.
So
Maybe
you know,
maybe
maybe
he
it
was
was a little,
bothered. Yeah, maybe they were a little uncomfortable.
I don't know. I respected Jack's trash talk a lot more than I respected Yacht's though.
Well,
So
I also thought it was interesting because your reaction seemed like super normal. Like you made a big play against a good team on like a known like top, deep threat, and like you just got hype and like we're getting hype for the crowd and stuff. And I don't know, it seemed very odd to me. It seemed like an odd.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're a type of player to get hype as well in trash talk as well if I read
Happens
correctly.
sometimes. I'm trying to come into this year a little more zen though. No caffeine.
Oh, really? You're mellowing out.
Yeah, like I don't think it'll matter in terms
Okay.
of like my reputation because I even saw like I went into the Seattle game
Fair.
like wasn't saying shit, was like being
Mm-hmm.
super chill, was watching the highlights on YouTube and like I look at the comments and it's like first comment is, Kins is really good, but wow, what an unlikable guy. And I was like, I didn't do anything. I did nothing. You can watch the highlights. I'm like, what? Like, those are the ones where I'm like, it takes all of me not to just be like, well, what are you talking about? Like, what? It's so odd.
Yeah, it's hard to get rid of those reputations.
No, I'll carry it with me.
Internet's unforgiving.
But that doesn't matter. The rep doesn't matter. What I'm doing is what matters. But so we're gonna try out that
Nah,
though.
yeah.
That kind of. It's
I
hard though
I
in the big
agree.
games with the crowd. The crowd makes it a lot more. Adds another level.
I know.
to
I love playing to the crowd.
it. Yeah,
I love it.
I think that's one of the cool things about playing in the UFA. That like one of the main,
You have a
like
crowd.
pros. Yeah, just having and in a home crowd too, because like maybe in like a
Yeah.
finals of some big tournament or whatever, like you'll get those ultimate crowds, but they're always just kind of like. I mean, they usually go for the underdog, but they're usually just like an unbiased, like they just want to like, heckle people and like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like having a crowd that's fully for one team is really interesting. And I think like we're not used to how like important it is either. Because I wonder how much
Yeah.
home and away, like, it matters so much in other sports. And initially I would think that it didn't matter as much in like the UFA, but it kind of seems like it matters a lot still.
I think it does.
I think it depends on your home crowd,
True.
Like I don't think Detroit has much of a home field advantage, but
The results
Damn
would
Detroit,
say
dude.
that they don't
Just
have.
poor Detroit just getting.
Dude, I
out
thought
of
they were gonna
nowhere.
win. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna win this weekend against. They were like tied with the Alleycats till like half or something.
Yeah.
Then they got blown
Yeah.
out. but-
That was a game where I saw a lot of fired up and like actions from the alleycats.
it was weird. Yeah,
And I was like,
Like aggro.
okay, you're kind of like close with this team that you should be like destroying, like,
yeah. There was this clip of this guy in the Alleycats. Like he got like an okay D, like a decent D, and then he caught the score, and some guy helped off on him. Wasn't even his guy. He caught it like not even over the guy and started wagging the disc in the dude's face.
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
It was like, wait. This is the mechanics. That was like not that sick. Like the guy wasn't even your matchup. Like, why are you doing that? It was very odd.
Oh wow, you're just right now feeding them fodder to get mad at us because we play them this weekend.
We also they're coming here as well.
They're coming here, yeah. Let's.
Oh yeah.
put
Oh
fuel
yeah,
on the
that's
fire.
that's a super series, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That's the Super Series, man.
That's a nice super series for y'all.
Yeah, see how they can do when it's not indoors.
Oh boy.
That stadium is crazy.
Yeah. So wait, how many Super Series games do you have? Because we're a like when we come up, that's a
That's
Super
one.
We have
Series.
3.
So
3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're super, man.
And we didn't even make semis last year. We didn't even make quarters last year, and they
Yeah.
still want to give us 3 for some reason.
Yeah. I know. I actually have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. We never
Did
get
either of
questions
you?
from the guests.
Oh yeah. Did either of you like play pro before Summit?
Nope. Summit.
No.
Yeah.
So
2 years ago, Summit was my first year.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What's it? I mean, I guess you don't have like any comparison point, but like, how does it feel playing for like a new team?
I feel like the first year it felt like we didn't really have anything to lose. Like we were just like starting from blank. So I think that like helped us a lot, just being able to just go out there and play and not have any expectation. It's like our first year. Let's just go out there and play and do the best we can. I think in our minds, we all felt that like we were the best team, even though we hadn't even played yet. But I think not having that expectation was really good for us. And then, we kind of saw a slump last year. So, but definitely interesting playing for a new team and just new experience in the UFA in general.
And I think it's interesting building the identity and the culture of the team. Because even though a lot of the people play Bravo, it's not like everyone from the outside is like, oh, they're the same teams, but they're really not. Like they're so different. And trying to figure out like what your identity and your culture is going to be like has, been like one of the more interesting things for me, kind of like. And there's just so many different it's just so different, really, than I think what a lot of people think, because I do think a lot of people think it's basically just like the two teams because there's so much overlap. But
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing. I do like playing in the UFA a lot.
Yeah, how much club are you playing, Justin? Did you play for Ultimate Reference? Says you played Shine last year. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it
That's
was,
true.
but I wasn't sure. How do you like?
Yeah.
Are you playing club again this year? And how do you like it?
Likely not. Shout out Shine. I love them.
Yeah.
But no. I played Shine because I moved from Atlanta to Memphis. In like summer of last year. So wasn't really able to play chain, which I never have, due to all these circumstances, which is sad. But yeah, and this year I'm also moving a lot, so
Are you
I'm gonna
moving out
end
of
up in
Memphis?
Illinois.
Oh wow.
What do you say?
You're moving? No, that was the question. You're gonna end up in Illinois, you said?
Yeah. Um, yeah, basically after I graduated, I moved to Memphis for like a year for Americor. So commuted, the 3 hours to Nashville versus the 6 hours to Atlanta. Um, and and now that Americor is finishing, um, I'm gonna be in Atlanta for the summer just for hustle. Um, and then I'm gonna move to Illinois. I'm going back to grad school. So
Oh nice.
nice.
I don't know if they let you win the Callahan twice. Might throw in another um no, but yeah, I'm gonna go to grad school. So I'll be in Illinois. But this season with moving twice, doing other stuff, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play club.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're,
If you ever need a
we're
club team, let us know.
we're out here. man.
We're here. We're not going anywhere. We're
Yeah.
right in the middle of the country.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that commute, unless
Yeah.
y'all got that UFA money.
No, we'll figure something out for sure.
Where are you going to grad school in Illinois?
Illinois State University.
Okay, nice.
Yep. No, nothing to speak of with Ultimate or really anything, but
Oh, really? Anything?
yeah, it'll be free. It's a great program for me. So
Nice.
What's Americor?
You know what Go ahead, Justin.
oh, okay.
What have I
Americor,
asked,
do you
Mikey?
know like Peace Corps?
Yeah, heard of it.
Yeah, so Americor is the same type of program as Peace Corps. It's, service work, except Americor is domestic.
Right.
So instead of like being focused on an international location and doing a project there, it's domestic and it's only 1 year instead of 2 years. So basically you um, you know, do service somewhere, and you get like a living stipend, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
So that's what you were doing
for a
in
year, yeah.
Memphis.
Cool. Well, since you're not going to be in Memphis for very much longer, we might as well ask Matty J's Memphis question for you.
Yeah.
He was wondering if you've had enough time to find your favorite Memphis barbecue spot. Matty's from Memphis, right?
Who asked that?
Matty Jackson.
Matty Jackson.
He's a Summit and Bravo guy.
Oh, gotcha. He's from Memphis. Cool. Um, this is quite shocking, I'm pretty sure, but uh I have not had very much barbecue in Memphis whatsoever. Um, Definitely not enough to say what like the best place is, but everyone says that the best place is well, there's Rendezvous, which people say is really good. I haven't had it, I don't really
His
I
Well,
don't really get
if
to
you're
eat out that
curious
much.
and want to have barbecue before you leave, according to a local, Matty J, he says Central Barbecue is his
So
favorite.
Central is something I've had. It's pretty good. But sorry, Memphis. I I think this is probably a controversial opinion, but like I like Atlanta's barbecue better.
I don't think that's controversial at all. I mean, you're from Atlanta too.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, it won't get me love in Memphis though.
That's all right. You're moving.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We kind of skimmed over it, but I'm kind of curious about your background in sports and when you found frisbee and what drew you to frisbee. If you played different sports when you were younger, growing up, kind of curious about just all that background and everything like that.
Yeah. I started playing Ultimate in middle school, 7th grade. Yeah. So it's been a decade.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty wild. Um, yeah, I before that I played exclusively baseball. Played uh travel baseball until U12. Um, I enjoyed baseball, um, but toxic coaches drove me out,
Oh yeah.
like the most toxic. Just anyone who's played travel baseball probably gets it.
Yeah. Noah Kuhlman, who plays here in Colorado, said the exact same thing about baseball, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with hockey.
I mean, it's
I grew up playing hockey.
oh
And
yeah,
it's
like
awful, dude. It's so bad.
take the soccer mom stereotype and just like ratchet it up 10 times, and then also like make them high-key abusive, and
And
then
add
there you
toxic
go.
masculinity to the
Wow.
to the mix
Oh,
of all that.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's awful. It's so
Absolutely.
terrible.
Yeah. The game I quit was a game where, our head coach's sons played, of course, but it wasn't nepotism. They were like actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the catcher, and I don't know, I guess he made a mistake. It was a team that we had beat before to win a tournament, and we should have been beating them, and we weren't playing well. But like the whole team wasn't playing well. But I guess he made some sort of mistake that the coach apparently thought lost us the game, because he sat us down at the end and was like, "All right, everyone, clap for this person.
Holy
Let them
shit.
know they lost the game for us. Clap for them." This is 12U
That
baseball,
is
right? So like,
insane.
this 11-year-old starts crying because his whole team is like clapping him. I was like the only one that did not clap and was like, "What the fuck?" I don't know. I'm
Oh my
sorry. I
God.
don't know if you curse on here. But
No,
I
we
was like,
do.
"What?" And so And yeah, his
crazy.
dad was like, "Yeah, you better stop crying before I take you behind the shed and give you a reason to cry." And I was like,
No way. Are you kidding me?
"Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Dude, what
Um,
is
so
going
yeah,
on with
I
those dads?
left that game and was like,
Holy
"Yeah,
moly.
I'm not coming back." I told my parents on the cover, I was like, "I'm not coming back ever." Um,
Dude.
and I didn't. So
So then you
Good for
found
you.
frisbee after that?
funny story. My brother actually found frisbee like a year or two before. I have an older brother who started playing, um, and because he also quit baseball for similar reasons, but he quit like a year or two before I did. And so he started playing Ultimate. I have no idea how he found it, but he did. So he started playing. So when I quit, I started playing as well. So yeah.
Nice.
Quinn, next time at practice, if you fuck up, I'm gonna go up to everyone and say,
Everybody
clap for Quinn. Everyone clap for Quinn. He lost us the scrimmage.
I think I'd cry. I think I'd
I'm gonna
literally
do that
cry.
in our love circle at the end of practice.
Pretty brutal.
Everyone give love to Quinn. He fucked up the whole O-line's game tonight. Clap for Quinn.
Oh,
That's
man.
really crazy.
That's-
I can't believe
Yeah,
that
I know a lot
there
of
are
people with
adults
crazier
that-
stories though.
it's
Yeah, I
so
believe it.
funny because you're like, they must have they have some serious shit not worked out in their head from their like youth
Oh.
sports careers, like especially for such young kids. Like it's wild.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well, they got to make it to the MLB, otherwise they're worthless.
Yeah.
So
right. So clap it up. Clap it up for Johnny.
Damn.
Couldn't come down with
Yeah.
that pop fly. Clap it up for Johnny, everyone.
Poor Johnny.
Oh boy, if someone had dropped a pop fly, that would have probably been the end of the world.
That's so fucking. I can't believe that. Wow. All right, should we hop into some Callahan videos now?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Well,
Well,
Mikey, you gonna pull them up?
Yeah, I'll pull
Yeah.
him up. Quinn, were you about to?
as a good segue, Justin, what's your favorite Callahan video of all time? Not your own.
Mine.
Because yours,
Oh,
yeah,
so-
yours is pretty damn good, but not your own.
No. The two I watched religiously growing up. I mean, there's some like, classic ones out there. But the two that made like a big impact on me were Jesse Schaffner,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Oh
Did
yeah.
you play with Jesse last year?
who plays Shine, who I got
Yeah.
to play with. That was meeting one of my heroes. And Khalif El Salam, who I also got to
Khalif.
play like one game with.
Which year though?
With Hustle.
Didn't he have two videos?
Like
think
you know what's funny is
I think they nominated him twice.
Knee Win, who lives in Colorado, made his
Um,
Callahan video.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Apparently, which one?
that one I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's the my 2016 one.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Um, yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two I watched, when I was in high school. And it was like, man, these are like incredible.
Yeah.
Watched them so many times. So definitely those two.
Jesse
Also, what was it like winning the Callahan Award? Like, did you think, did you think at all you were gonna win, or was it like a total complete shock, or like what was that like?
It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I had a inkling. Um, I definitely didn't. Definitely was not like overconfident to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna win this. But I definitely thought I had a very, very good shot. Especially because I mean Emory didn't make nationals. And so they like someone at USAU
It's like, hey,
emailed me like 2 weeks before and was like, "Hey, are you planning on coming to nationals?" And I was like, "No." And they were like,
"Yeah, maybe you should."
"Well, like, can you come?" And I was like, "No, I'm broke." and they were like, okay, well, what if we like fly you out and pay like put you in a hotel room and then give you a rental car? Could you come then? And I was like, yeah.
So straightforward.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, I was like, okay, well, there's probably a chance here. To be fair, they did that as well for one of the women also didn't make it, and she was also there. I forget who it was. But so I don't, and she
She
didn't
did
win.
that, and
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't think it's like, oh, they only do that if you're gonna win. I think
Mm.
they would do that for everybody.
the
But I
top
was like,
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a shot. And then like everyone just like, I mean, the internet reaction to like the video was like
Yeah,
really, really positive.
yeah.
I mean,
I can't. We
I
didn't watch
think
it. Go ahead.
I think your win, like you winning it, is like one of the cooler Callahan winnings because Emory didn't make nationals and because of the other people that were nominated. That was a pretty stacked Callahan
Who else
finalist
was
year.
it?
It was Calvin Brown, Justin Burnett, Henry Ing, Andrew Lee, and Cal Stoughton. Like those are very good players, and in my opinion,
Yeah.
you had the best video for sure. But I think that's super cool that Emory didn't make it. It's not cool that Emory didn't make it, but it's very cool that you won and Emory didn't
Yeah,
make it.
super cool. And
Yeah,
we didn't make it.
but I
No,
think
no,
that's awesome.
I
Yeah.
agree. It was like, yeah, it was really cool. It's also funny, because Abby, I was so like, of course I'm in the stands. I was watching like all of nationals, of course, um, hanging out with, my Georgia boys and stuff. But like, uh, I was just up in the stands, I think on the day of finals when they were announcing, and I was there first. But randomly, I just like all of kind of Washington came up, like Washington Element, and so like they all just started like they were sitting next to me, like the whole team, you know. And so they announced like the women's first, and of course after Abby won it, like when she came back up, I was like, congratulations, all that, and she was like, thanks, you're gonna win yours next. And I was like, I was like, hopefully, we'll see.
So Washington
That's
kind of pseudo adopted you and had 2 Callahan winners.
Yeah, shout out Element, they're really cool. I was adopted by a couple teams. I'd also shout out UC Santa Cruz, the Banana
the
Slugs.
slugs, dude.
The slugs.
I love
Just
that.
a really, really fun team who are also featured in the video. So,
Wait,
Yeah.
are you just skying them the whole time?
so it's actually really, really funny. Uh, ah, this is actually my Banana Slugs hat that
Oh
I
yeah.
got them
Wow.
for because they were like, "Yo,
I
can you
love
sign a
their
disc
logo.
for us?" And I was like, "Well, I need something." Um, so they gave me a hat. But we played them. Emory went to uh also, I think I just exposed the fact that I'm in bed. That's
You
unfortunate.
did,
Nah,
but
that's
I
Um
honestly I kind of gathered that already.
yeah. Um
Be
but Emory
comfortable,
went to
Justin.
President's Day invite in California last year, or I guess 2 years ago now. And so we played UCSC, who was like ranked at the time. And like we played them the universe and beat them, and that was like crazy. But yeah, during that game I had a couple skies, a couple scores. And there's this one player who like he got really great position, like inside, jumped, and like I just jumped over him. Um and that night we're sitting there, and on Twitter, I don't know if it's still up, worth checking honestly. On Twitter, UCSC like posted this video, and they were all in like their house or whatever, going and like watching the film of the day, and they watched like that sky. They had a camera set up that had perfect angle, and we didn't have our camera set up for that game, so we had no footage. But they had a perfect camera setup angle to see the sky, and they posted this video on Instagram. Like someone was taking video, and they're all in the room watching it. And so they're like, oh my God, he's him, bro, he's him. So like that audio, like that is what's in the Callahan
really?
video when
Okay,
it's
we
like,
gotta
oh
find
my
it.
I
God, he's
remember
him.
that.
But
Yeah.
That's so
that's
funny.
like their audio.
That's so good.
Shout out to
So
Slugs,
yeah,
dude. That's
it
awesome.
was really cool of them to give that. To give that to us. They let us use that.
That's
But
nice.
shout out UCSC.
Let's go
I
Slugs.
like them.
hilarious.
Yeah, so I'll start sharing my screen here in a second. I want to ask a couple things about you as a player, and I guess the Callahan video. I don't know, culture, and like what do you think about it? And like thinking about your video. In fact, we didn't watch a ton of Emory footage, but people like sent the video to me, like, "Hey, Mike, you should watch this one." And like I'm a fucking 40-year-old man. Like I'm not watching a ton of college Callahan videos unless people are sending them to me. And I guess first question, you jumped like just so incredibly high. You sky the shit out of people. It's clear that it's not the only part of your game. Can you talk about your game a little bit and like what do you see your strengths and weaknesses as?
Yeah. I do appreciate the acknowledgement that I'm not just jumping high. Yeah, I mean to me, um, my strength is really and I think I said this a little bit when like UFA posted their like February like I don't know what they called it, but like let's get some minorities to talk um series um where I think on defense especially the biggest thing that um I define my game by is like vision and anticipation, you know? Like a lot of D's might be straight up jump balls or like, just, foot races, but I think a large portion of like my game and why I get D's is because I'm anticipating, I'm like reading the offense, I'm like
Yeah.
reading my player and what they like to do. Which if you look at my like, if you, I would be willing to bet that if you look at like the timeline of my D's and where they come in games, like I'd say probably like 2/3 come in the second half of games. Because
This was a
you
good
know,
anticipation D, by the way.
first
Mike, I literally have the same video up, Mike, and I'm looking for the D that you're talking about.
This one right there.
That is such a good D.
Yeah.
Like just like fuck the mark. I'm not gonna mark it. I'm gonna go blow up where he's gonna throw. That D.
And see, that's what I'm talking about,
That's
where like
actually
my D's come
insane.
later in games because I understand the players better.
Terrence isn't
Where
looking
that
upfield.
that throw, Terrence threw that exact throw like twice before. Like he comes under, he doesn't look downfield at all. He just looks to dish to Saul for the power position. And so he'd done that before, and so I knew, and this time was like there's no point setting up a mark on someone who's not trying to throw downfield.
Yeah.
And so
I think
like that's what kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like that's something where
similar here in the reset space.
you just think a little harder, in terms of like, well, I'm guarding my player, but like, what does my player want to do? If they just want to dump it off, am I just going to continue to let them dump it every time? Or am I going to like go for that and make a play?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So this video is like 5 minutes of you just like getting insane blocks, and that one was thrown in there. I'm like, that's like my favorite block in this video. And there's like blocks of you skying the pants off people. Like that one, I saw that, I was like, that was sick. Like that's the block that like makes me think like, okay, this guy is a good defender.
Yeah,
and he's not just skying people. Yeah.
It's that pattern recognition
dude,
too,
it's
like
nice.
you're talking about, just kind of recognizing the pattern and then changing your.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
just speaking to you too,
Go ahead.
I can tell you that you're like a very thoughtful, intelligent person. So like that's cool to get to know that side of you. But I do want to watch one short clip before we. I'll let you finish your thoughts too, but
This one's
this is
hilarious,
just crazy,
man.
just bonkers. Like, like, can you walk me through this? Like, are you expecting this throw to go up?
Yeah, so let me get on the record and defend my boy Jordan Leslie. This throw wasn't to me. This throw was to X, who is cutting. He's the one who cut
Oh my
deep there.
God.
Is that a defense? Because it looked like a
Who
pretty
is
clear
also in the
help.
play, who, for the record, would like everyone to know that he also would have caught this, if I had not been there.
If you hadn't skied the
Um,
shit out of him.
I don't know
And
if
like
he's
the
getting
guy
that,
who
dude.
is the defender there is not either of our defenders. That's a help defender.
Yeah.
That's
So
hilarious.
it wasn't a brainless throw, which is people roasted him on YouTube for.
Wait, why not? Wait,
I mean,
But
I like
yeah,
the odds if you see anybody, if you see just on the field.
yeah, after I didn't get the bump, I did run, and I had no idea X was there, not even until like I was like in the air did I know, because the disc is kind of over my head, so I'm like I'm like tracking the disc, so yeah, I have
Yeah.
no idea pretty much that the throw wasn't to me. So if you put up a disc and I have a play on it,
You gotta go
then
get it.
it becomes my disc is my attitude. Um, but yeah, it was also hilarious because Grand Canyon was very, very salty that play got a lot of attention, and they were just like, "Yeah, but we won the game, but we won the game, but we won the game." Um,
I was
which was
I
which
was
was
looking
funny.
for Emory film before this, and I saw the Universe Point, like you guys versus them, and wasn't it like 8-8 or something, and they're just running like that shitty zone the whole time.
It was it wasn't a good. It was our first game of President's Day.
Yeah.
The thing was too that like they didn't get a D. Not to like not to call anyone out, but
No,
like
talk your shit. Talk your shit.
it was a drop. Like it was
Yeah.
literally a like wide open throw that
Clap it
was
up.
dropped. Um, so that was also like, they were like, oh yeah, we won, and I was like, yeah, well,
Cool, man. Yeah.
my teammate did just like drop it on Universe. But yeah, it was not a great game. But I think that we canonically needed to lose that, because then we had a fire lit under ourselves.
Yeah.
And that next game is when we played UCSC, which is a much better team than Grand Canyon. Just putting that out there. And yeah, so I think if we win against Grand Canyon, we lose to UCSC, because we were absolutely pissed. Like we had like fire under our butts for that
Yeah.
next game.
Sometimes it takes a loss to light the fire. I'm gonna pull up these videos, I guess, in order of people who voted for us to watch.
Cool.
Fortunately, voting is over, so we cannot influence the results.
I would have
in any way.
liked to influence, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's on there? What's on the list? I have no idea.
Of my list or of the overall list?
Well, like I don't know,
Suggestions.
whatever we're
The
gonna
sug-
watch. Yeah,
the-
suggestions.
The suggestions, the top suggestion is Aiden Downey.
Absolutely.
Did you play with Aiden?
Wait, did you like count how many
Yeah.
I did.
people voted, Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
You
Yeah, I
played
played
youth with Aiden?
Yeah, YCC, 3 years of YCC, and then he's on Hustle this year as well.
Oh, duh.
Yeah,
Damn.
shout out Aiden. And also, real deep cut. Me, Aiden, and Ben Dameron were on a hat tournament team together.
Whoa.
When we were all like 13 or 14.
That's crazy.
We and back then, they were like good ultimate players. This was like my first year coming to ultimate. I was purely athletic then. But yeah, me, Aiden, and Ben and there's a picture of it that I don't know how USAU got this. But during like the UNC UGA final, what was that, 2021
Yeah,
or
that's a
yeah,
sore one
the
for us.
fall.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, Ben and Dameron and Aiden Downey grew up together, and here's this picture, and oh, by the way, there's Justin Burnett in there as well.
I love
So
that.
yeah,
funny.
so yeah, I love Aiden.
That's
I love
crazy.
looking back at those youth teams. That,
Yeah,
like, we
that
were
how many
on.
good players. Like when we had Christian Boxley on last fall, and there was a photo of Atkins, not skying Boxley, but skying a crowd in front of Boxley. And it's just crazy, like how all
Box
of you,
hasn't even jumped yet.
yeah, but all of you guys have been playing for so long now. And when when I started playing, I was in college, so there was no growing up playing frisbee.
Yeah, I had a funny one with like an indoor winter league where it was me and Henry Ing, and then Henry had to get moved off because we were too good. It was like just like a youth like indoor league,
Yeah.
and like no one like knew.
I mean that honestly, they messed up with that team. We did win that tournament, and it's hilarious to me because I'm like, there's a fourth guy, right? So there's like four of us, and the fourth guy's in the picture, and he always gets cropped out. And to this day, like I don't think any of us remember who the fourth guy's name,
Oh no.
which is really sad.
You have to. Can you find that? Are you able to find that photo? Can you send that to me?
Oh yeah, it's definitely on Instagram somewhere.
If you can, I'd love to see it.
It's so
That's really
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
By the way, so we have Abby's going to come on next week, and we're going to do something similar. But I guess there's no reason why we couldn't watch women's Callahan videos with you if we want to. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
There's no rhyme or reason to this. Maybe,
Yeah, we should just save some, I guess, or I don't know what the best play there is.
Yeah, I guess we'll watch Aiden's with you because you played with Aiden. Maybe we'll jump down. We'll skip Colin Hill, who's actually a Donovan nominee that was suggested 4 times. Jac's up there. Jolie Krebs. That one could be interesting to watch. That's a women's one.
Did Rutledge's get suggested at all?
Yeah, Ruts is up there as one of the ones to watch. By the way, now that you mentioned Dameron, it's pretty crazy that Dameron will never have been nominated, will he?
No, I think he
Well,
can
he
play
has
next
another
year.
year.
Oh, does he
He
have
has
another
another
year?
year. Yeah, they're definitely if they don't give Ben a Callahan
They
video,
will.
Oh, I mean,
then
he's like Mr. Darkside
throw
at
all
this
of
point.
UNC away. Like just throw UNC
No,
away.
I mean, it'll certainly be next year. I also think.
No, they're definitely waiting for like the 6-year video.
Yeah,
which is
I
just
mean,
fucking ridiculous.
he's like got to be minus 1,000 betting odds to win. Like
Those kids were like prime
Yeah.
position too, because they had long enough to plan out their collegiate career to take a 6th year. Like when it happened to us, like there was no
Yeah.
way. It's like 1 year left. Like what the fuck am I gonna do?
We're
Like I had
fucked,
I had no intention of doing another year. Whereas like those kids, it was like 3-4 years out, so they get to take advantage of it. It's funny.
Yeah, Ben got to after I graduated, Ben hit me up and was like, "Yo, come to UNC." Dude, I was like, that would be sick, but I already got like my plans and everything. But we're kind of in like a similar field. So that would have been pretty crazy, pretty fun.
That definitely would have been crazy.
I'm glad you didn't go, Justin. I'm glad
Me
you didn't
too.
go.
Yeah, they have enough people that beat the shit out of us.
I actually don't know how the audio is going to turn out here. Hopefully, it's not too choppy. I have not watched any of these videos. I'm sure some of you have. Should I just let it rip?
Let it rip.
Yeah, let it rip.
I
Go
seen
for
this
it.
one. This is a good one.
All right, we're starting with Mr.
I actually haven't watched this one yet, so I'm excited.
Aiden is just good though.
my
Mr.
authentic-
Pajama Pants. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
freaking pajama pants.
Press and play. Can you
He's
guys?
been doing that since middle school.
That's funny.
Never takes them off. I'm not getting any audio. Are y'all?
No audio. We could do it without audio.
Do you want me to try to figure
Yeah,
out?
yeah, we can do it without audio.
We can just talk.
No, but
I
the
feel
song,
like
but the song.
The
Sometimes
song
The song is really good.
Yeah.
It's like
if I
half
can-
the
It's a banger
video.
video.
dang.
But
I
I don't.
think if I.
Yeah. I don't really vibe with a lot of the songs that.
Do you want me to put my mic
Okay.
near the?
That's fair. No, that would be terrible, probably.
Okay. All right.
Really shitty.
All right. Sorry, we got no music on these, which
No
does
worries.
ruin the
Sorry.
experience. I'll clip it in later.
I'll pull it up on my.
Yeah.
Just so I know what. Song
We used to say back in high school, like a game was never serious unless Aiden took off his pants.
Oh, because he will take them off.
Sometimes.
Oh, now I
Even
hear
if
the
a game is
music.
serious, sometimes he won't take it off.
I can hear it a little. It's like.
What about the train conductor hat that he wears sometimes? You know
Honestly,
about that?
Aiden's hat collection is elite. He has a few different hats that he wears that
Yeah.
are, I think, are just cool.
He's kind of got the goofy swag out there.
Mm-hmm. Some fat hammers, some fat scoobs.
I'm
It'd be
interested.
funny to like be like a judge of Callahan videos. Like, what would be the different categories? Like song, plays, editing.
Yeah, I feel like that's why it's good that it's just like player voted, because it's like whatever it was, some like the criteria would be like so random. It would be like everyone
Yeah.
would just be so pissed.
What are your thoughts on club non-college
okay,
highlights
yeah.
being in videos, Justin? Assume obviously we don't have a ton of non-college.
I think I enjoy it. I mean, I think the majority should definitely be like your college, but I think that if you're good enough to play club and like have highlights with club or pro while you're in college, I think that's pretty
I
sick. You know?
Agreed. Yeah.
What is Aiden like as a athlete?
He's sneaky.
He is sneaky.
You don't
That's what-
really
He
think-
looks like a slippery little snake
Yeah.
out there.
Well, I didn't call him a snake for the record. Although
Was
that is a snake in the grass play
That
right
was
there. Yeah.
crazy timing.
Yeah, that timing on that is
timing was
insane.
Mike, did you do that on purpose, dude?
Yeah.
That's-
I've
But
never
it's-
watched this before.
It's one of those where like, you know, you look at him and you're like, okay, pretty average white boy. You know, like no shade whatsoever. I mean, that's just kind of what you look at and see.
Yeah,
But no, he's
that was
like
my
actually
take on
very
it when we
athletic.
played him.
Like very athletic, and he throws his body around a lot more than he did in like high school. Like he lays out and stuff a ton,
Yeah,
which
boom.
was like not necessarily his game in high school, but like yeah, he's definitely got that athleticism as well
That's
as like
crazy.
his
Ooh, that is
throws.
smooth.
Dude, yeah. His game is so complete these days. I feel like he's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, man. He's
So
He
I saw
really
you.
does
You
have
had
And I feel like
Miller
Aiden's
playing.
one of those where it's like a lot more people these days will become like this, where he's been around the game forever, you
Yeah.
know, like even earlier than I did in middle school, and Ben as well, you know. So it's like more and more people are getting it earlier, and so we're just going to see more and more people who are actually complete players in college, as opposed to like
Oh, yeah.
once they get to club, then they become a complete player.
Those
Yeah.
are nice.
Sometimes I also that collage in them like a couple like 30 seconds ago was crazy, but sometimes I wonder if like some people don't turn out as players as well as they should because they've been playing frisbee for so long though. Sometimes I think the best players are like were two-sport athletes in high school, didn't find frisbee till like high school-ish. I don't know. That's just kind of like Maybe that's me
biased.
being. Oh no, I mean,
Well,
just
I think some may not reach their potential because they start coasting maybe earlier.
that's kind of what I mean. Like it's like I don't know though. Maybe that's just me being like Ken
Maybe
said,
a little
biased.
bit of coast, maybe a little bit of or a lot of bit of burnout.
Yeah,
You know, uh, I mean, which is something you see with other sports as well, where it's like when you've been playing it for so long, like, and you're expected to be really good, like sometimes you get that burnout.
hmm
Um, but I think that like right now we see that like because we don't get a lot of like people
yeah,
who grew up playing Ultimate their whole lives,
that's
you
fair.
know.
That's an
So like I would
interesting
agree,
take,
like
though.
definitely, some like it's nice to get like pure athletes and like who just played a bunch of sports and in Ultimate because not to be dismissive, but like the Ultimate, for the past like, besides maybe the past like 10, 20 years, like I would say really 10, like it's been dominated by people who weren't necessarily that athletic
Yeah,
or just like dominant sports players. They just like played Ultimate and were like really good at like fundamentals, really good at throwing, really good at positioning and stuff
yeah,
like that. And now we're seeing a lot more like athletes who could play any sport
yeah,
come and play Ultimate, and I think that's changing things.
yeah. You just made my point in a much more elegant, a more understandable way. It's like a lot of people that just play frisbee for since they were kids and that's all they've done don't turn out to be like really good athletes. They turn out to be like really good throwers. And this isn't like all encompassing, obviously, but they turn out to be like really good
Well,
throwers and not like as balanced as like Aiden, for example. He's a good athlete and he's a really polished thrower because he's been playing so long. But
I would say like my point was a little like a little different. I was saying that like now that Ultimate is becoming a sport where you
Mhm.
can like play it in middle school and stuff, that people who are athletes are simply choosing to play
okay,
Ultimate
yeah,
in middle school instead of like, well, I played basketball and then I came to college and like I wasn't good enough to be on the varsity team
Mhm.
and like club
yeah,
basketball wasn't good, so I came to Ultimate. Like I'm like those people are now just
Choosing
choosing Ultimate
Ultimate.
early
sure,
because
Because
it's
it's
a
bigger,
legitimate sport you can
bigger
play
I
than
see
in
what you're
middle
saying.
school now.
good
yeah.
point. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's kind of what I'm saying.
yeah. Fair enough.
Um, I think I figured out how to share the audio for
Ooh.
this next one.
Ooh, okay.
Let's watch Colin Hill. Colin Hill's a Donovan candidate.
Let's
What do you
do
guys
it.
think?
Yeah,
I'm
why
down.
not?
yeah,
I like the new
absolutely.
ones, They're
That's
exciting.
another that's from my boy right there. We played when I started playing in middle school.
Is that
Colin.
right?
Yep. Colin was the year below me.
The mystery fourth man.
No, not that, but I got a lot of love for Colin.
All right.
So what school is this?
Berry
Barry.
College,
Where's Barry?
Rome, Georgia.
Rome, Georgia.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
When
Yeah.
in Rome.
Can you guys hear the audio this
Largest
time?
college campus in the country, by the way.
How's the
I
audio?
already like this song.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. I used to jam out to this song.
Anderson.Pat goes so hard.
the dot is crucial.
The one with the dot in the name.
You can move.
Layout,
Whoa.
clap catch.
Ooh,
Love it.
Chili.
Chili.
Is that their team name?
No, that's like his nickname because Colin
Yeah.
Hill,
Oh.
C Hill, chill.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. That's nice. They have crisp footage.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Very they're a very good D3 team. They've been going for a while.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Holy smokes. That's a
He-
ripper.
did he play chain or hustle at any point?
He was on Hustle 2 years ago. I think was
Okay,
a
that's what I
practice player
thought.
last year.
Okay.
But he's not there this year.
The Scooby.
What was that? That looked out in the video. I know it wasn't out, but it looked like it.
Yeah, that was.
I like the more clips of just defensive footwork. I feel like Siraj
Yeah,
got that
I
going.
see a lot
Ooh.
more of that lately.
Yeah, that's a
See
little,
ya.
little Randolph step there.
Yeah, I think to be completely honest, Collins is the first like Donovan video I've ever watched.
Really?
Yeah,
Maybe
you know,
true for me as well.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
not
watched it.
no shade. There's some great players in D3. I've never seen really Donovan's get as much, attention as Callahan's.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't follow the
Did
D3 too much in general.
did Hinkie ever did he get a Donovan like video?
Good question.
I actually don't know.
I thought. At
OCU.
At like Oklahoma Christian?
right.
Looks
I
like
mean,
he has
he's
a
like the only
Callahan.
reason they won a
Yeah.
I like that.
national championship.
He doesn't have a Donovan, but he has a Callahan in 2019 for Texas Tech. It looks like.
Oh, he went to Texas Tech. Okay.
Yeah.
A little film. All right, I like that. D3 Nationals, are they this weekend? It must be, right?
I
Not
have
sure.
no
Always a
idea.
Weekend before.
I don't know anything pertaining to
This one I watched
to
a little bit
ultimate
of.
dates whatsoever.
I watched this one a little bit today because I was like, "Who's Jolie Krebs?" This one's
You haven't heard of the Krebs
no,
cycle?
I did not.
The
She's
Krebs
good.
She's for real.
I've not heard of the Krebs.
I've never seen a stat line like hers at nationals. I think she had like a
This is
touch
Bingham-
on
Bingham
every
Ham?
score in the game except for one.
Yeah, how do you say it? Binghamton? Played for Exist, is that right?
Oh, right. Sunni Binghamton.
Yeah, she is a good thrower.
See ya.
Oh,
That was a nasty.
Ooh, that
play.
layout.
Holy
That was sick.
nasty. Yeah. like
Oh my
getting-
God.
Yeah.
Look at the motion.
I love this clip. Yeah,
Yeah.
See ya.
No, that whole point is wild.
that's sick.
Yeah, we're big fans of seeing clear control of the offense.
Time.
Krebs played, I don't know, 90% of their points in that game, put in an unreal
24, it's a good
Also, I
number.
love
starting routine. No
I'm obviously a sucker for like smaller schools getting some
Yeah,
love. I think
yeah.
she goes like SUNY,
Yeah.
out of Metro East, which is probably the only good team in that entire division, men's and women's.
The Metro Least. Carnegie Mellon also got some votes for us to watch one later.
guessed it, Krebs
There was
That's a smooth release.
in stride.
wasn't someone from Carnegie Mellon a finalist last year? I forgot her name.
Oh yeah, I think that was somebody suggested that, and I looked it up. The person up was like, "Oh, that's
Mhm.
Sarah Liang."
Yeah.
Give me that.
Oh,
Mm.
Callahan.
Oh, that was a Callahan. Oh, clever.
Clever.
Are these all Callahans?
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
All right. Well, I guess
Damn, a
Maybe
Callahan
just
highlight reel and a Callahan is kind of crazy.
That is
That is
crazy. I've
crazy.
never caught a Callahan in game.
they might
Me
need to.
neither. Well, I'll say I caught one and it was called back on an unrelated foul.
No.
Wow.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, pretty mad. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Dude, holy shit.
Is that also a Callahan?
I she didn't catch that one. Oh.
Damn, she's
These
good.
look painful, dude. These look like painful bids.
Yeah, just flying around.
Yeah,
Man.
sick.
Hiya. Give me that.
I love the drive-by skies. Like
Yeah.
someone's just in the frame and then she just comes out of the side and just goes by.
That one, yeah. Oh.
I guess she's
Oy, little
invisible.
poach block.
Ooh.
The poach scenes. Yeah, wow.
Really seems like she does it all, which is got the D,
Beautiful
got the
autumn
throws,
background.
the catches.
The
Oh, that was cool.
Out of bounds, back in.
yeah, she's good.
Little Mitch Dangler.
Oh
action.
my.
Bomb.
That was a rocket. Oh, and kick blocks?
She's got it all.
Damn.
Whoa.
Holy smokes! This is what got Rafter the Callahan a few years ago.
Yeah. Over Schaffner, by the way.
That's
Which,
pretty great. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Debatable.
I'll be honest though, I think the song could be better. Not my favorite song.
Nah, I
Yeah.
agree. But
Yeah.
Not hype
Honestly,
enough,
with-
I feel like.
with highlights this good, like, I
Yeah.
forgot there was a song playing.
That's fair,
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it either.
I mean, she is
That's funny.
so skilled.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
a
pretty
fan.
sure there was a
Goal
game
counter,
at Nationals where
assist.
she scored or assisted every single one of their goals.
No way.
Um,
Did they win too?
Maybe -1.
Probably
That's
not.
crazy. Well, John Randolph scored 10 times against us. I guess it wasn't all of their goals.
It was at this. I think this is Northwest Challenge. She had 8 assists and 5 goals
Holy shit.
and 2 blocks in one game.
Yeah.
And they
Talk
win or
about
lose?
carrying a team. I mean, dude.
inside.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
The fake out.
pants. I am a fan of the fake pants.
What the?
That
was a good video.
All right. Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
That's a really
Um,
good video.
Yeah. I'm convinced.
We can what do you guys want to watch
I
two
mean,
or
there's Rut right there. Let's watch
two
Rut.
more? We could watch Ruts. Yeah,
Sure.
Ruts is
One-
up there.
one or
Scott
two.
I do
Hayman's-
want to request Jocks if we got
Oh yeah, we
time.
can watch Jocks.
Let's watch Jacks. Yeah. Do you have time, Justin? We got time. I guess we'll.
I got time.
Cool.
We could, okay, so in that case maybe we'll save Rut for Abby, unless
Yeah,
you
let's
want
watch
to
Jocks.
watch. Okay, let's
Yeah.
watch Jocks, and I'll save Teresa U for Abby as well.
We can see how we're feeling after Jocks.
Yeah, okay. I'll
Sure,
shut up
for
and
sure.
just go to Jocks.
What is that video in the green with like the shred and the
Oh,
8?
dude.
What is
pull
that?
it up.
I've never seen this.
How many?
Like
Oh,
this.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Oh,
Shout out EMF.
here goes
baby.
Yacht.
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2.
Spike for Ben Yacht. Yacht was just ejected from the game.
Yeah.
Anything I can't stand.
EMF made that after I had that idea, right? Was that? Did I
Oh,
prompt
that's fucking funny.
I
man.
don't
That's
recall.
hilarious.
He may have.
that?
Shout out EMF.
I love the,
though.
like,
He's
The
one of our loyal
Biden
fans.
meme where like someone's whispering to him and it's like, "Sir, a third spike has
A
hit."
third spike.
All right, we're watching Jocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on Jack.
I think I spelled Nissen.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck
Oh
spelling
Lord,
Jock.
that was
I think
bad.
you spelled
It's
Jock wrong
NISS.
too.
It's NISSEN.
Hey, that's not too bad. Oh, NIS. Okay.
Neeson. Or isn't it actually pronounced like Neeson?
Nissen? I feel like you're
It's
right.
You
not
only missed
Nissen.
2 letters from his
Yeah.
first name too. It's all right.
Oh, God. Shit. All right. Oh, he's got the same opening as someone else did earlier that we were watching.
What, the A24
Yeah.
logo?
Except
Yeah.
this time it must have been the last
Mhm.
one because it was J24.
I still think the coolest opening of a video
That's nice. Ooh,
ever
that's a nice
is
little animation.
is Jonathan Nethercutt's like Lord Nethercutt video.
Yes, me lord.
But assert himself as the best
Jac
player.
Nissen is an emerging star.
All right, Jack's got. I'm sure he has a ton of hammers in this. For sure.
I mean, I think Jacques.
I'm a sucker for beginnings that have the announcing in the background. I think that's a good.
Yeah.
I think this is very good.
I feel like Jacques is
This
probably
is
my
pretty
favorite
cinematic.
to win.
Yeah. It's such a cheat code when you have like actual
Oh my
footage.
God.
No, that is
We gotta-
one of the
let's watch that
coldest
one again.
clips I've
That's
ever
crazy.
seen. The
That's crazy.
the peace sign. Love that.
That's an unreal throw from Nissen.
Nissen shoots it.
Nissen. Look at the end
Yeah,
zone.
and his forehand is pretty iconic. That release.
That's what we're used to seeing from him.
Brown's also good at making the videos. Like they always. Have
Oh,
good
they're so
quality
good at the videos.
at making them.
He also has the crispy
Honestly,
footage.
I think Brown and UNC have by far like the most like well like produced videos.
Just bangers, yeah. I mean, their last 3 have been Mac, JR, and Jock. Like that's.
Yeah.
Because they had
Oh, and Adiemi and Adiemi.
Yeah.
Well, Leo Gordon got it last year.
That's a lot of good
You
players.
missed a few.
I just missed 3 or
You
whatever.
named like 3 of like 5.
Yeah, let's forget about that.
Yeah.
Some upline cuts. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're getting thrown open a little bit.
I was gonna say.
I will say I do not vibe with like the music here, which I know it's supposed to be like creepy, like.
that's what I was saying. That
Yeah.
and like the UNC songs, like I don't. This one I like. I like this part, and I don't like the other parts of it, but I do like this part.
He is. You think he's the favorite? He almost seems too fundamental.
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like
I feel like fundamental players.
right,
players that
maybe
are-
just for like I guess that's where I'm in like the. I feel like he's the best player in college.
What about like?
What's
the
that? Sorry,
candidates?
the music's so loud I can't hear you.
Is it loud?
It's loud as fuck.
Really?
It's really loud for me.
Yeah.
Is that any better? Oh, I have no control over it. How's that?
Yeah, that's
There we
better.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying I think
I
he's
do
the
feel
best
like-
player in college.
I do feel like, yeah. I think the problem with like, not the problem with Jock, but like the problem with his video is that like sometimes it's like he's a type where he dominates a game, but like in a very non-flashy manner,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know? And
For
so like
sure.
it's hard to show that on a Callahan video how much he is just like dominating the game.
Totally.
I mean, like these kind of clips where like he's
Yeah.
just shredding a zone, like those are crazy.
totally.
but,
It's mostly the throws.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that.
But yeah,
was
there's
probably what
some
Nuts
players
was
who like are very hard to like capture on film with like just like, oh, you're like, oh, he's good, he's got throws. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But no, like
I would never want
A
to
lot
play
more
a
than
zone
that.
against him.
I have actually never played against or with him, which is
Interesting.
I think
Oh, really?
pretty. Yeah.
Have you played DC at all?
DC? No, never played DC. YCC or pro or club. Got to play Leo Gordon a lot.
Leo's pretty good. Okay, we have some options here. How about Scott Hyman?
Oh yeah, someone did mention that. I also have my
Where's Scott?
Pitt.
What school? Oh, okay.
He's the fast guy from Pitt.
I saw someone said because he's a Philly. I didn't know he was Philly though. I don't.
Oh.
I was unaware.
You know, we should really be watching Ethan Jampel's Callahan video.
Whomst? Who?
Sure.
Y'all haven't heard of Ethan Jampel? Jamp?
How do I spell that?
Oh, you can't find it on YouTube.
Well, that's why we haven't heard of it.
No, it's it had to be taken private due to copyright or something. I don't know. They had to take it down.
All right. Well, if you find us if you find
well, I
us
have
that,
it.
Do you want? Should we watch it?
Yeah, Oh, absolutely.
Do you want? Are you able to share?
I'm so confused.
I am confused. Like, give us like some warning here. What are we getting ourselves into?
So this is Emory. This is Emory's 2019 Callahan nominee.
Should I stop sharing, or do
Ethan Jampel? No, I can send you the link. Is there a chat
Okay.
here? Yeah, there's a chat. Oh, I see. The one message is Quinn saying turn down the music.
My ears were getting blown off.
It was very loud.
Speak up next time.
It's I mean, just an unreal player, honestly. I can't really give you much more prep than that. Yeah,
gonna get into us any trouble here?
No, not gonna get you into any trouble. No.
How's the audio?
Is it playing?
Is it playing? I can't.
We still see Scott Hyman.
I changed.
You're sharing the wrong screen there.
Okay.
Too many screens. See, this is the problem with this generation. Oh,
yeah, I can see this guy being a Callahan contender for years.
The only thing that parallels his 2K prowess is his hard work and dedication.
I think he's one of the greatest culture guys on the team, actually.
Sickest pong shot in the game.
Pollo Loco.
What is about to happen?
Ahora después este fin de semana cuando lo vea vamos a ir para allá y después regreso y vamos.
He's just speaking straight. Gibberish, by the way.
It all changed when the Fire Nation died.
씨발 개새끼 놈.
I don't even know the guy, but he's a fucking animal.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life.
Yeah,
from
you got.
the long arm of the law. Lawman is putting an end to my running, and I'm so far from my home. Oh, mama, I can hear you a crying. You're so scared and all alone. Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very.
What a build up. The suspense
Is
is
this gonna end?
crazy.
Jamp.
Ethan, let's go. Oh, Ethan.
Yeah. I'd like to see Jac Nissen do that.
He actually played. Did you play with him?
Yeah. Yeah. By his senior year, he was
That
actually
is so
decent.
good. You know what I love? I love your jerseys. Was this one a LaCroix theme?
Yeah, the LaCroix.
And you have the Lipton iced tea, or what can I see?
This is Arizona iced tea
Arizona,
right
yeah,
here.
I get that's
Yeah.
sacrilege what I just said.
That's the same video.
It's just the same.
The coolest thing about this is that like
Let's go, Ethan. Jam. How many times are we
the
gonna
jump
see-
throw.
The jump throw, yeah.
Honestly, an underutilized tool in Ultimate, I feel.
Yeah, especially
Gives you
if
a
you're
lot
trying to
of
punt, right? You might as
range
well
of
travel.
motion.
The line check.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
What did Jam think of this video?
Dude, Jet was on board. Yeah.
Starts with the
He's a really cool guy, actually. Very, very
That
cool
is
guy.
so good. I am trying to envision a field where both of you are on it at the same time.
These are also all practice footage.
One practice.
It's all practice.
Yeah, from like 2 practices max.
Oh, that's good.
It's the same throw.
Yeah.
This little move. You almost went for the butt spike there, too. Jump throw. I could not tell you how many times I was kind of expecting to just watch 10 more minutes of the same.
No.
Hey, good mobility.
Oh my god.
All right, 20 more seconds of this, huh?
I know, we really...
If anything gives you a peek into juice culture, it's this.
This was a real slow burn.
Hey, I like the LaCroix jersey. Justin, if you can get us one of those.
Those are rare
Alums.
commodities. Okay, rare commodities.
2,000
LaCroix.
views.
Okay.
All right. Shall we end with what were
Cultural
we saying,
reset.
Rutt or Hyman? I forgot already.
Do we want to watch another one, or do we want
We
to?
were doing Hyman.
Or do you want to end on that? End on good old Ethan.
Yeah, I'll
Let's watch a
upload this
Hyman.
whole
No, we
thing, or
can't
do you
end on
cut
a
down
jam.
significantly?
We
What's
usually
that?
don't cut. I'll be honest with you.
It's
Solid.
hard. It's hard
No,
to
I
cut.
prefer that. You know,
You want to end here?
It's authentic.
it's up to
Let's
y'all. You know,
Let's see a Hyman.
All
I
right,
don't.
so-
I don't want to end on a Jamp note.
I got
That's
I got
fair.
one more.
That's
I
very
got one
fair.
more question.
I kind of
for
threw
Justin,
that
too.
on y'all. What's up?
Well, I'll ask you after the video.
Okay.
Okay. Hyman.
All right, Hyman. What you got? Apparently Philly? I don't know. Someone said that, but I didn't know he was Philly.
He's definitely, this guy is fast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can get down with anybody scoring on Florida. On Emory there.
Ooh.
That's kind of sick.
Oh, that was nice.
Song used before, I think.
Maybe an overused song, yeah.
Well, I feel like it was used a lot back when it came out in like 2016.
Yeah.
Who is this? What is this song? I actually can barely hear it on my end.
Runaway,
good.
Galantis.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Oh.
It's good
Oh,
volume
yeah.
though.
That's nice.
Okay.
I really like when the clips are like this from like nationals and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just like high quality footage.
We'll have to watch Seth Wells at some point as well.
Yeah, we'll have to watch a Seth, and I thought about that.
Justin, have you ever watched Stanley Peterson's Callahan video?
Yeah, a couple times. Not recently, but it's pretty nasty.
I like that one.
That's my Stan's is my favorite.
Yeah, one of those classics. Stan, Nick Lance, like there's a few of those.
Oh, Sick Lance, yeah.
Sick
Lance.
Oh, what's his name? Austin Bennett.
Who's Austin Bennett?
Isn't it Austin Bennett? The short guy in Texas? Matt Bennett. Okay.
Matt Bennett.
Oh, Matt Bennett. Yeah.
I don't know where I got.
Doesn't he play for like Houston now?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
That one's just funny. That was funny. I don't know. This video's all right. I'm not getting very juiced from it.
He's good.
He's obviously good.
Yes. He's fast and tall and can jump.
I think like the editing, like for Jacques, like someone like this one, it's just kind of like a simple compilation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like it doesn't really get you doesn't build up the much. That was a nice day.
It's a good
I thought he
Dino.
was on offense.
He does
Yeah,
love
that was
the,
nice.
No fly zone celebration. Ooh, that's kind of nice.
That's sick. Oh,
I think
Good
we were.
day.
I was at
commentating
that.
game.
That was a nice day.
Yeah,
I saw that day.
yeah, that was at Smoky.
Mm-hmm.
jeez.
Yeah, he definitely moves. Like
He's moving.
he's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid thrower too for sure.
Oh yeah, I was just about to ask, have we like seen throws from him yet? So there's some.
There's some, yeah. Yeah, it's all just him clap catching with no one else in the frame.
Yeah, he's too fast.
Yeah.
No one else is even
Well,
in the
it's
frame.
like Jarves. It reminds
Yeah.
me of
Jarves is
Jarves,
kinda like that.
honestly.
You can't be that fast. You need to be like
Just too fast.
a little bit slower so people are in the frame.
Meh.
The other day, Jarvis said he hates his Callahan video and he wishes it didn't exist.
Well, it kind of sucks, so.
Ouch,
Oh.
Quinn.
I'm just salty we didn't nominate me.
Yeah, we should nominate you at some
Well, that's
point.
because you weren't.
Where
that
did you
was
go,
because
Finer?
We all went to Colorado.
what
Oh,
happened was we had Lotus, Quinn played Bravo, and then they were like, "Let's have a vote."
Yeah,
Who
I
do we
wonder who's
want?
going to win that one. Yeah.
I voted for you, Quinn, but everyone was like,
I voted for
voted-
myself. I'm going to be honest.
everyone voted for Jarv because everyone had just played a club season with Jarv, and
Yeah.
no one had played a club season with Quinn.
Yep, pretty much.
Suffering from
my-
success.
Yeah, my career got blown up by COVID anyway,
It
so
did.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine
Dang
too.
COVID.
Yeah, sucks.
We're in the COVID generation of college.
That's why I've never been
Unfortunately.
on to Worlds. So.
Hey, man, join the club. You know, it's all right.
Oh yeah, wait, were we supposed to be on the same team? No? No, you're too old. I think Atkin Arnstein was supposed to be on my
Yes.
U20
Yeah.
team, the one that
year-
got canceled.
What year were you born, Justin? Were you 2000? 2001?
I'm 21.
You're wow, dude, you're that
2000.
young?
Wow.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
did not realize.
I thought you were older.
You're only 21?
No, yeah, I graduated at 20.
Wow.
that
That's
makes
crazy.
sense. So that's what's kind of throwing
Yeah,
me
so
off.
no, I was U20 in 2020, and yeah,
Fuck, that's
Wow,
kind of
dude.
and
I
then
didn't know you were that young.
I was salty because the past U24 cycle I never got to try out because I studied abroad that fall, so I was in Portugal during tryouts, and all of that, which was disappointing.
You'll
but
get the
I have
next-
another U24 cycle.
You're young enough for the
left.
next cycle, though, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you'll be like 2 years out of college.
Well, I'll be in
and
college
playing
actually.
U24.
Grad school.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, grad school. That's crazy, man.
How
And I'll
old
still
are
be
Buck
younger.
and
I won't be
Danny?
like anywhere near the oldest person on that team.
No,
Yeah.
he's younger. He's younger than Bucket. They're like 23.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just trying to get like a reference.
damn, dude.
Wait,
Did you get a tryout for the last U24 cycle?
I didn't apply for U24 because I
Oh.
didn't. I got a tryout for the World's team this year, and I ended up declining, just due to like
It's
other
crazy
factors.
expensive.
Yeah, expenses. I was like, dealing with. I was like going through PT around that time, so I wasn't really like training. But yeah, so I like ended up declining that. I was planning to go, but yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, if you were dealing with nagging injuries before that tryout, it's probably a good thing you didn't go because
it would have blown you up.
The most
It
fucking
was a-
grueling thing ever. Dude, it was
Yeah.
awful. Yeah.
Dude, I can imagine. But yeah, I sorry, I have a real bone to pick.
Please pick
Hell yeah.
me.
Because in whoever it is that writes up the UFA articles, I forgot that guy's name already.
Adam.
Adam,
Adam or Daniel.
yeah. He in like the write-up of like week 2 when they were talking about like the 7 on the line, whatever, and they were like talking about me, he was like, yeah, if this guy can stay healthy, he has an opportunity to like, really be like a dominant person in like the next 10 years. I was like, I've never had any injury concerns whatsoever. Why are you putting into the air like, hey, if this guy can stay healthy, like I'm some sort of injured
That's
guy?
funny.
Like, what is that? I was like, you just putting that out there as if I've like missed significant things because I'm injured, and I'm like, that's just
It's not true.
not like I wasn't injured, I was just like coming off of like 2 years of continuous play between like college and club.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I had actually the same thing that I played the entire last season with, of just tightness in my groin. So I was like, oh, you know what? Let me take this off season and just like relax, not do ultimate whatsoever, and do some PT. But I was like, no one knows that. He doesn't know that. So like, why is he just saying like, if this guy can stay healthy? Sorry, that was a tangent, but that like really, I was like, dude, you're
That's
just
funny.
putting
Well,
bad karma in the air right now. Like,
That's funny.
I think we can end with well, I want to talk about our matchup coming up with you in a
Oh, we
couple
have to
weeks
ask about
here.
one play too.
let's do it.
Yeah, who you guarding, Justin?
Yeah, are you
I don't
guarding
know.
your Kins?
Probably you, Quinn. Probably.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm stoked. I can't wait.
It's gonna be
I was
good.
hoping. And on top of
Were
that,
you? I think I
Be
remember
careful
saying
what
I
you
hope
wish
he
for.
doesn't
Be
guard
careful
me.
what you
no,
wish
I
for.
am scared. I am scared. I will say, I am scared. There's gonna be a clip of me getting my shit rocked, but that's
Nah,
okay.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Should
really
I throw
fun.
it up, Justin? Or what?
Yeah, throw it
Oh.
up, baby.
No, we need Quinn healthy.
Absolutely. I don't shy away. If you wanna get the posters, can't be scared of getting put on a poster either.
Facts.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
respect
I can't
that.
wait. That'll be my first
Really
game of the
fun.
year too. I'm real excited.
Really? Oh, you haven't been playing?
I haven't been playing. I missed week 1 for a wedding, and then this week we have USA training camp, so I'm missing
Yeah.
Salt Lake as well. But that'll be my
It's
first
been
game.
fun.
I'm excited. Who's
Awesome.
you guard a lot of different people. I feel like you guard bigs, and you also guard like hybrids like Jack and stuff. I'm curious who like your favorite matchup is. Like, do you like guarding bigs better? Do you like guarding kind of hybrids better?
I do really enjoy guarding Jack.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I mean, I would say, honestly, it doesn't matter to me that much to me. I feel like it's more like fun to guard like cutters like Jack, where really they have everything in the toolkit, as opposed to like, I've guarded Fairfax a few times,
Yeah, you've
and
I've
like
seen that.
it's like, I mean, Fairfax is really, really good, and he like, he's cool to guard, but it's like, um, he's not, it's not interesting. He's not like doing stuff that like, he's not doing different
He
things every
doesn't
play.
stretch you
Like he's
mentally
doing
as much.
what he's doing every play,
Yeah.
which is like,
Yeah.
he's gonna like kind of work unders and try to go deep because like he's an animal in the air,
Right.
which is like valid. So I just back him like pretty much the whole time because like we're comfortable with Fairfax getting 10-yard unders, like, but Jack, it's like you can't just back him. Like he will destroy
He'll
you
just
the whole
chunk,
game if you
chunk,
just
Yeah,
chunk.
he
let
wants to be
him
a
get,
thrower. Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's also a threat deep. He's pretty quick. He's good in the air. So I really enjoy that kind of matchup. And like having to do multiple things. I enjoy that.
Do you enjoy offense or defense more?
I really love offense. I mean, I think especially in the UFA, there's a little bit more of like sharp delineation between offense and defense. Like you have offensive players and then you have defensive players. And for the hustle, I'm like defensive player entirely, which I'm completely fine with. Like I'm happy on the D line there. But like in club, for example, and in college, like I was obviously D, but I was also O. And like for club, for Shine, like I started like the first tournament I played, I was like on the D line, and then they shifted me over to the O line. And I really enjoy that. It's a different type of game, when you're playing offense to where, instead of trying to anticipate the offense, you're trying to more, well, at least when I play offense, I'm a I'm a take what's given guy, you know. Um, so, I like to be that cutter who can, kill you deep. But if you just decide to back me, then I will stay around the disc, and I'm comfortable doing that, you know. So I really enjoy doing that with Shine. I think in club it makes a lot more sense because you can kind of like there's D lines and there's O lines, but like there's more opportunities to like kind of do both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like O, but I will say defense is the best because if you do your job on defense, you get to play again. If you do your job on offense, you get half the points.
And
So
nobody cares because you did your job. Everybody's like, yeah, get off the field. Like,
right.
Yeah, you better score.
yeah. Oh man, I'm excited now. I can't wait. You better guard me now. You got my hopes up.
Hey, look, that's the coaches. They decide. But
Hey, well, just you got a couple weeks. Just
we'll
get it
see.
in their ear a little bit. Just get it in their ear. Just
Nah,
request
we're
the
a quarter mile at a time team.
all right.
Just go fast and furious. Indy is completely blocking you out of view right now. And then Monday, I
I'll
can hit
send
me
you a
up and
message.
be like,
I'll
all
send
right,
you a message.
Okay.
come on, that's funny.
I like
I
that.
know. How is that for? I feel like because I'm always interested in like team kind of culture and dynamics, like our head coach too, but he's like I said a lot about like let's focus on one game at a time. Like do too much, get the big picture, try to like that kind of messes up our focus and our commitment on this game. Like what would you say like the Summit's kind of culture is in terms of like do you like have a big picture like okay, well we're trying to go championship weekend, like we got to do these games, or like are you just like all right, let's take it one game at a time? I don't know how you feel.
I think it's similar, one game at a time. I think in the UFA especially, it's good to go. You have to kind of do it one game at a time because there is like a lot of teams that maybe aren't quite as good that if you do overlook, you can still lose to. Like we probably last year in the playoffs, we probably overlooked LA. We're like, okay, it's LA and the playing game, like whatever. We probably overlooked them and they beat our shit. Like, so I think it is really important to take it one game at a time and just like give your opponent your best no matter who you're playing, which is, easier said than done.
No, definitely agree, because that's kind of is the similar thing that happened with us in Austin last year, where I mean we we're like, oh, it's Austin, we're 3-0 against them this year, we haven't lost at home, like we're not too worried, and then boom, double overtime, you're like,
shit happens.
There's those expectations too that when all of a sudden like they're playing really well, you're like, what the fuck is going on? You're a little surprised.
Yeah.
Cool. Nah, me, I don't worry about the bad teams. I'm on to the next one.
You ain't worried about Salt Lake. You're looking on to Atlanta already.
Yeah, we're on to Atlanta.
Okay. Some fighting words there. Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you enjoy playing Salt Lake?
No. Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Yes and no. Yes, because they're good. No, because they foul intentionally.
They're physical as hell. Like they are physical, man. Yeah, very.
That doesn't go together with Utah.
No.
Well,
they're
no,
strong.
It does.
Dude,
strong.
They're fit. It's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy.
Well, but now that the league is trying to crack down on this whole like physicality on the mark, like I think that'll be interesting because I'm like, are they going to do it and get called on it, or are they going to stop?
I mean, playing
because if they stop, I don't know. Either way,
playing against them and playing against Oakland in our division too, it's an entirely different game. Like you have to literally change how you play because of how physical they are with you downfield and on the mark. It's crazy. Like it's the Wild West.
That's very. Go ahead.
Well, I've just been thinking about this, and now I'm kind of curious to ask you about it. Like when playing defense, like what an appropriate amount of physicality feels like, because I've just been thinking about it from like a downfield perspective. Like I'm so much better at defense if I like whenever I have the opportunity, like put my body in front of the person and like kind of like you're not like pushing them, but you're like applying pressure. Like I mean you have to apply pressure, otherwise like you would just like fall over. But like I guess I just never know like what is an actual legal / fair amount of, because like I feel like when I do that I can play really good defense and like really make it uncomfortable for people, but I also never know like is this, sometimes at practice it's like I feel like it's too like I don't know. I've been thinking about
Am
that.
I playing good D because I'm fouling the shit out of this person?
Well,
or
I don't know if it's a foul or not. I guess
that's what I'm saying.
The point. Yeah,
that's I think every kind of good defender is asking themselves at one point, like, how much contact's too much. I mean, I like to, so I don't necessarily like put body on players, but I love to like hand like tap them, like hand on the chest, like and to me at least my goal is to get you to say something about it. Like if you're, so take notes, Quinn. If I'm like,
shit,
because it's like a kind of mental win, to where if I'm just like, and it's not like I'm not pushing with like my hands. I'm just, it's kind of like the basketball, like hand check where you're just like, I'm constantly like putting, and, because number one, to know where you are. But number two, it's like just a little bit like if they're focused on that, like when Jack and I were in that timeout, I just like tapped him on the shoulder. I literally went like, and he looked up. He was like, and I was just like, just tapping you, dude.
It makes me think of Lance Stevenson. I don't know if you want to be compared to him though.
Yeah, Lance Stevenson.
But like, as far as like physicality, it's like it's interesting because I'm very like I will get like absorb contact. I think that's always been like my thing is like be really comfortable like absorbing contact and putting yourself in positions where like they're forced to make contact, but like try not to initiate the contact, you know? So like if they're making a cut, like I'm not gonna like you can't see I'm sitting down. I don't know why I tried to do that. I'm not gonna try to like prevent them from doing that. But yeah, like you said, I'm gonna put my body in a position where it's like, okay, if they want to go this direction, they're coming through me, you know, and I'm going to keep that position. But I also like, you know, I said I studied abroad. I played over in Portugal. And with diff is like playing with diff from USAU is crazy because they take non-contact sports seriously, you know, to where like when I would put my hand on someone, they would be like, watch that, I'm gonna call a foul. Like like legitimately, like not like body, like hand on just touching someone in the stack, they're gonna be like, watch your hand. Because it's like with diff is very, very different to where they like any sort of contact, it's really if it's contact, it could be called a foul. And so like playing that was like, wow, okay, we allow so much contact in USAU that you don't realize until you go somewhere else and they're like, hey, that's a foul. Or and you know, I think UFA is like you can get away with less than USAU because if in elite club you're calling a foul on someone in the stack for like putting an arm on you, you're gonna get laughed out of. Like, you know, it's like really like you're calling this a foul, but in UFA, like sometimes you will get that call.
That's I'm still surprised to hear that just because it's hard for refs to see everything.
Yeah,
I don't think
guess
they
it depends
catch
on, like,
everything.
what kind of call? Yeah,
I don't think they get it
'Cause
all the time. I think they miss it most of the time. But I have seen it called, is what I like.
Because I think like on the
you know.
mark, you're gonna get away with less in club because you know
yeah.
they're gonna call
Yeah.
the foul. You know, whoever has the disc is gonna call the foul in club, but not necessarily in the UFA.
Well, and like I've seen a lot of like we've had a lot of on Hustle. I can remember a few different like instances. Even in the New York game, there was like I think it was an offsetting push call. Like they called in the stack. They called like Adam on like pushing in the stack, and then I think they called it was offsetting. But there's like I've been a part of games where there have been a few like in the stack foul calls, which is like very like that's not something you would see in USAU, but definitely on the mark, it's like, you know, you're looking to call that in a sticky
I looked
situation.
up the rules, and the only rule on positioning, 11.2, defense.
Is this
11.2.
USAU, UFA? What is this?
This is UFA.
Okay.
Actually, it says AUDL rulebook.
Oh. Uh-oh.
It's just funny. It's still PDF AUDL. So if anyone's listening, like, can we change that UFA?
Let's get that
like,
changed, yeah.
Can we change that to UFA rulebook PFL?
Yeah.
Only 11.2.1 players are allowed to be anywhere on the field unless overridden by another rule, as long as such position and movement does not cause contact. Which is pretty vague, I think,
So vague.
when I think about it, because if
What does that
you're
mean?
jogging downfield, because I think like the causing contact is interesting, because if you're jogging downfield and if I slide in your way to where you can't move, if you're like full sprinting, okay, that's clear. It caused contact. But if you're like slowly going downfield and I kind of like gradually get in front of you to the point where you sort of like run into me, I don't know. I guess it's just it's
impossible
I feel like
to
it
say
should
who
be
caused the contact in most situations.
Yeah. I feel like it should what they're trying for is something akin to the charge rule in basketball, where like if the defense is not fully set in legal position, then they caused contacts is essentially what the charge rule in basketball is. Like you have to be fully set, staying still in a legal position, and then it can be like offense caused a foul. But like I feel like it's way too vague to where like what is if you don't define like causing contact, like it just kind of means, anything you want it to mean.
And
Which
it's
is
weird because
why,
there's no like positioning segment, at least that like, because there's like section 10 is like offense and it talks about like the thrower and then it talks about the receiver. But like in the receiver one, there's like nothing about the positioning. Whereas it's the same like segments in defense, like it's the marker.
yeah.
Well, no, it just says the marker and then positioning. So like, I don't know. Like it's just,
Here's
it's
a
kind of weird.
here's a discussion I'm curious to hear about y'all's perspective on this because um it's like it's a discussion I've seen a lot like online, and I don't know how y'all feel about like Ultimate Twitter or like Ultimate Instagram and like their reaction to clips and stuff. But uh how do you feel about like dangerous play rules? Specifically like in USAU, and like there's been a discussion of where like for instance in like a hospital pass upline where like the upline floats into the middle of the field, someone's just like running upline and then someone in the stack is coming directly at them to get it, you know? It's like
Yeah.
the way the dangerous play rules are set up, it's like it seems like defense is always in the wrong for like attempting to even make a play on the disc. And I've seen a lot of people be like, well, this is like this is stupid because offense should also have a responsibility to be aware of their surroundings.
Totally.
But what are y'all's opinions on that?
I agree that it does seem like the offense is always like in favor in those rules. And it's also really tough. For me, it's really tough when the throw is super bad. Because a lot of the times it's like a really bad throw that causes something like this. And you're like,
yeah.
And I think the one I see the most often though, kind of with a bad throw is like an underthrown disc, or maybe it's a behind disc for like an under. And you see the defensive player come in and like lay out. And then the offensive player kind of curls like underneath a bit to get it, and then kind of like goes in the way of the defensive player that was laying out. And people are always like, because it usually looks like the defensive player kind of bit in to the offensive player. And I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's really though should just be taken like in context. Like I think to like try to talk about it, like there's so many different scenarios where it could happen. So like, I think trying to make overarching rules would probably be really tough. Whereas like, I think you have to look at them like case by case and be like, what was going on in this situation to really determine like whether or not it was a bad decision.
It's also so hard to make a call if like the dangerous play call, like it's hard to make that call unless the situation actually happened. Like a lot of those ones, it's like, well, I don't know. Like the one that comes to my mind is Kayla Helton and Manu in World's Final. Like from the viewer's perspective, it's impossible to tell what actually happened because it didn't actually happen. It didn't occur. So it's like, I get that we're trying to decentivize that type of play, but I think it leans too heavily offense, like we said, when in reality, like if the D has the easier play on it, like then the dangerous plays now should be on the offense, which never happens. So it is interesting.
Yeah, in that particular play, I feel like Manu was probably more vulnerable to being blown up.
Yeah,
because Kayla is kind of like coming back towards it, like Kins was saying, like towards the disc to like attack it, whereas Manu was like making a play in her line.
Yeah, it was a deep shot.
It's a tough one.
It's tough. It's really tough, and I think it's just like
just gotta allow for contact. I think it's better.
Full contact.
Yeah. You want Ultimate to become like a straight up. Well, like I guess basketball. Honestly, the best comparison is basketball because technically basketball is a no contact sport. Like people don't realize that, but I mean that's why you can get a foul called for like touching the hand.
Yeah.
But still, there's so much physicality in basketball. But then I also like see the other argument because like that like aside from like like jumping and landing, like which is why there's rules on like giving players like space to land, but like there's a lot more opportunity, I think, for like serious injury with with physical ultimate than there is with physical basketball, because a lot of
You're running
times, like
70 yards.
when we're talking about stuff like this, it's like layouts and like skies where it's like there's a big pack of people either with like skies or stuff, or like layouts where people are literally like in the air,
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot more potential for like really disastrous plays.
Totally.
Yeah, that's why I think the intent of the rule is sound. It's such a gray area,
and I like the comparison to basketball because I think like on the non-contact side for like the shooting, it makes sense. Like if you were trying to shoot and get tackled or whatever, like it would be so hard. But like then there's people posting up, which is clearly like tons of contact. So I think like it can be a similar thing in ultimate where like, yeah, on the mark, there shouldn't be contact. Like I think it would make this sport like just less enjoyable for playing and watching. But I think like downfield, there's a lot more opportunity for, contact, like, during cuts and for positioning, like even like positioning when the disc is up in the air and you're going to catch it. Like, I just think a non-contact from that in those types of situations is just not realistic. Like it just wouldn't, it would be too hairy. Like there has to be like a level of contact that
acceptable. Yeah.
Is acceptable. But like the other thing I always think about in sports where it gets hairy is then when there's just people that are like different sizes. Like you I was watching, I forget which playoff game it was. I think it was like the Nugs, Minnesota. I think it was because Rudy Gobert was like getting a rebound and he pushed Jamal Murray and he got called for a foul. But it's like if Rudy had pushed Jokic like the same way, he's not getting called for a foul.
No.
So I think that's like a really interesting thing as well, because I could push, some really tiny person and it would definitely be a foul. Whereas if I'm pushing a much larger human, then maybe it's not. And
it's like, I mean,
that's
it's like watching.
Yeah, there was a play when we played New York in Atlanta, or not in Atlanta, in New York, where someone threw a deep shot to Matt Smith and Ben Yacht came for the block, and I was like, and Matt was like, because like Matt Smith is not gonna try to like go up and get clobbered by Ben Yacht, like like that's just a ridiculous. Like if there had been contact on that play, like it definitely would have been called a foul on Yacht, but it's like it really wouldn't have been much, the foul. It's just like.
But that's like an interesting kind of like, that's like, it's really interesting. Like, should those kind of like whatever weight classes be taken into consideration when there's fouls?
It's an issue in other sports too.
I know it's so interesting. Like, like, or should it just be like, no, like this person's way bigger, like they're going to win it. And if they get like push the other like smaller person a little bit, like it's super
Gotta
interesting.
make that business decision.
Yeah.
Okay. We have
Mike's like, we've been derailed here. Sorry.
No worries.
No, this was
this is good discussion.
This was a great rail. This was solid railing. Guys, this is getting me all juiced up. I wasn't gonna play tonight, juiced, but now I want to.
I don't think you should.
But now I'm thinking about it.
You should probably play.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on, but oh, that's right. You said the bird scrimmage.
The bird scrimmage. And it's like my last chance to play all these freaking losers.
Yeah.
Has Mamba Bird ever won that?
The scrimmage?
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you. We
Yes.
crushed them my last year twice. And
Sometimes,
it was probably the best thing. You can see the pain on Quinn's face.
Oh, it's so painful. Yeah.
To this day.
It just depends on what kind of turnout we get, because it's never if we get our full team, no, Bird won't beat us, but they do beat us when we don't.
And I think it's harder now because with Summit a lot, when we played them, it was more in the off season still. Whereas now people have started ramping up a little.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't matter at all. But like my last year, and I think Denny said that when they were winning in 2014, that they won.
Yeah.
But my last year was so good. We beat them, and it was funny. And then they were like, well, like we
Beat our ass,
were
too. It wasn't
missing
even-
people, and
yeah.
like and so we did it another one, and they came back like a little more focused with like some more recruits, and we beat them again, and that was like it's one of a very
That's
fond
pretty
memory
cool.
for me.
It's
Yeah,
like-
and then UNC just fucking demolished us in the semis, so it's like it doesn't
Hey,
really
UNC
matter.
demolished everyone. No shame in that.
So fucking annoying. Like, were they that
Yeah.
much better than like the fucking Brahmins?
I don't know.
last
That
season? I guess so.
the closest game they had.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
okay, no, that wasn't your last
A
year.
huge core of ring was on that UNC team, so
Sucks.
That team was insane.
I can't believe that.
All right.
Oh,
But anyway,
come on.
thanks so much for joining us, Justin. It was a pleasure getting to know you.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Did we lose Justin?
Did we lose
right
Justin?
before we
Right?
left?
I'm
Right
here.
at the
I'm back.
end.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the
My-
Irish
my
goodbye.
Wi-Fi just like went kind of kaput. I think it's a sign.
That's
You
true.
gave it a
sign.
Jac Nissen
The
treatment.
That's all right. We made it most of the way.
You know, I might have to steal that.
yeah,
If
but
I
thanks-
get just like absolutely like just I get too much steps on somebody, I might have to steal that.
Don't do it to me.
Jock, listen, it's respect.
Don't do it to me. All right.
I'm gonna do
Oh,
it today.
well, you know,
I'm
I'd
gonna
have
do
to
it
be.
today.
Listen, I'd have to be on offense for that, which would mean we already got a D. So I think that would. Yeah, you'd have other things to worry about there.
Yeah.
But imagine you did it on defense before a
Fair
big
enough.
sky ball.
Don't give
Please.
me any ideas. Don't give me any ideas. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be. I'm gonna have a couple fans in your audience.
It's gonna be
Not
fun.
not
It's gonna
not
be
much,
hype.
but I have a couple.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah.
But you're gonna like it. The stadium's really.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Dude,
sweet.
I've seen
We'll
pics.
get a
get-
I'm
lot of
ready.
we
fans
get
out
good
there.
fans
It's
out there.
beautiful. Y'all probably have the best stadium in the
Mhm.
AUDL for sure.
For sure. For sure.
For sure. Us in the Zion Bank, or as I like to
Shredders.
call it,
Z-Bank.
Bank. Z Bank.
All right, let's
Well,
get out of
hopefully
here,
this year I
guys.
get a
Alright,
chance to
heck
see
yeah.
Zion Bank.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're rooting
Well, hopefully
for
we'll
you.
see you
Rooting
there.
for it, yeah.
Championship.
We'll see you
hopefully.
there.
Hopefully we all do well, guys.
Go ahead and knock out. If you take out Shred from playing in their home stadium, that'd be wild. Just saying.
That'd
It'd
be
be so
Yeah, that
awesome.
would be
Stop.
very satisfying.
I'm blushing.
All right.
And
All
good
right.
luck with the move and everything this summer. We'll see
Appreciate
you
it,
out here in a
appreciate it.
couple weeks.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. See you, Justin. Peace.
See ya.